So WNBA All-Star Friday night. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. Like it happened. It happened, I guess. I feel like AZ shot well. The 3-point contest was grand. Like AZ shot well. And that is about all that we have of note. The Shooting Stars contest was a high school person hitting a bunch of shots. And it was a weird one, the 3-point contest, which AZ Foot was spectacular, by the way. 24 and 30. 30 is a really good score. The problem with AZ is that she shot first in the final, and after one rack, it was obvious she'd won. She scored 30, and then Carlson missed 4 or 5 in rack 1. And then in the first round, like 2 of the first 3 shooters, like, were the ones that made the final. And it's like, okay, yeah, maybe we're gonna see a whole bunch of people that are gonna go somewhat close to AZ. Nope, nobody went even remotely close. Remotely close. But yeah, it was a bit grim. It was not great. Like, I thought the shooting contest, I was like, this needs to be better. The shooting contest needed to be better. But the one thing that kind of saved it again, if AZ Foot won on like a 23 or something, it would have been awful. But like Bridget Carlton literally stepped up in the final laughing. She knew she lost. She knew she'd lost before she even stepped up, and it's like, you kind of want it to be a bit interesting. You kind of want it to be in some way interesting. Just in some way interesting. And it just wasn't. Like, Natisha Heideman's getting ready to shoot, and Natisha Heideman's getting ready to go, and they decide to stop because AZ, and then they bring AZ Foot out to the middle and interview AZ Foot before the whole thing. And I'm like, okay. The shooting contest was literally just who hits the most half-court shots. It was a half-court shootout, and a shout out to the high school player that was on the Washington team, because it was literally just a half-court shootout. No one really hit shots. Like, really, nobody was hitting shots from anywhere. And I just was looking, and I was like, what exactly are we gaining from this? Like, if this night did not exist, would we lose anything? And obviously, if you guys agree, subscribe. But this is how bad it is, guys. There are 800 people watching the press conference. There are 800. Like, in 2024, I would boot up a watch along stream and have 800 viewers in there. Like, I wouldn't, like, I'm trying to think of how quickly it would take me to get 800 viewers in one of those streams. Maybe freaking 35 seconds, 15 minutes maybe. I don't know. But still, it was just a nothing day. It was really just a nothing day. Like, I don't think that it was the worst thing in the world, but like, it was just nothing. I wish that I could pretend that I cared in any way about what happened today. Not like, if that night did not happen, I don't think, Like, if none of that happened, I don't think it would change anyone's life in any way, except for the fact that AZ Foot, I don't know, made a lot of money. But the shooting challenge, it got rid of they literally got rid of the, of something that was actually okay, the skills challenge. They got rid of the skills challenge so that they could put in what I personally believe is one of the worst challenges I've seen. Like, the shooting star watched the high school players hit shots while nobody else can. We saw multiple missed layups, multiple air balls. And again, look, things can be worse. It's all for a bit of fun. But, like, it's funny where it's like, in the year of 2026, I'm just like, you're seeing it in the NBA, by the way, where All-Star Weekend just doesn't feel like it's the All-Stars anymore. Like, Caitlin wasn't there, physically there. She wasn't present. The All-Star practices, I know, like, it's very cool Obama showed up, but, like, the All-Star practices used to have all these fun clips, and there was just none of it this year. Like, the All-Star practices had pretty much nothing. There was pretty much nothing in the All-Star practices this year. And it was like, it used to be kind of like a fun event. Like, people used to kind of care about the All-Star practices. Maybe it was just when it was to see how Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese interacted with each other. But even if that was the case, like, it just feels weird this year. Shout out to Stub Buds, who are killing it, by the way. Who are absolutely killing it. But, like, it doesn't seem as funny. It doesn't seem as fun anymore with the Stub Buds. Like, I'm not saying it's not. Like, the novelty doesn't seem to be there. Even though they are hilarious. They are still hilarious, and, like, they deserve every bit of the praise they get. They deserve every bit of the 20,000 viewers that are watching 80% of the time for them. And I'm delighted for the two of them. But, like, I don't know. Last year's All-Star Week, the 2024 All-Star Weekend was the biggest event maybe ever in the WNBA. USA versus the All-Stars. It was the first All-Star of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And I think to an extent, I hate saying this, nobody gives a fuck about Angel Reese anymore. Like, we've seen all the numbers, all the underlying data. Even on social media, no one gives a fuck about Angel Reese. Like, she's better than she's ever been. She is better than she has ever been. Like, that being said, like, people just have cared less about Angel Reese now than ever before, despite the fact that she's actually pretty good. Because I think one of the problems is that she's now so good. It's now at the stage where she's so good that, or she's good enough, that you can no longer, like, kind of hate watching. Like, you can no longer pretend Angel Reese is bad, but also she's still not good enough and still can't score layups and still has all these flaws as a player. That, like, if you're trying to pretend that Angel Reese is this superstar or a future superstar, I'm saying not even future superstar, she, like, future MVP level player, and not, like, yeah, she's a perennial All-Star. Like, it then becomes a thing being like, well, you're just not watching the sport if you're trying to argue Angel Reese is going to be a future GOAT or anything. But yeah, it just felt like nothing. That just felt like nothing. That's the only way I can describe it. I'll see you guys.